Hello, Doctor. We are from Group 6, consisting of 3 group members with attendance list number of 19, 24, and 47. The topic that we will discuss in this presentation is about the method to manage fire by a business entity. My name is Nur Atira Farhana binti Jinin, number metric 285380, and I will explain about the risk of fire. First of all, fire is one of the perils that can result in a loss for anyone, including the business entity. Fire can be classified as a pure risk. This is because the occurrence of fire will be a loss to the business entity, and if the fire does not happen, there will be no loss for the business entity. In business entity, there are a few causes of risk that a fire can happen. Firstly, the common reason for the fire accident in a business entity can be caused by a short circuit. When a damaged wiring in an outlet is exposed, a short circuit can occur in the workplace. This can result in a tiny spark which can start a fire and cause a loss to the business entity. Next, overheating electrical equipment and machines is also one of the common causes of fire that can happen in business entities. Some business entities may use the equipment overnight, which can cause the machines to overheat, and this will lead to an explosion from the machine and cause a fire to happen. Last but not least, another common cause of the fire in business entity can come from smoking. Fire can start when a person who smokes leaves their cigarettes that is still lit around the flammable atmosphere. This will lead to a fire in the workplace, which would lead to a damage to the business entity. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, Doctor. I will continue the presentation. My attendance list number is 24. This part, I will mention the method used to manage the risk. The method used to manage the risk is risk control. The fire risk can be controlled through the method used to manage the risk so that the loss frequency and severity can be reduced. The next part is I will state specifically the risk management technique being used. The technique used for managing the risk of fire is risk control. Risk control, it can be divided into 3 types of risk control. In this case, the specific risk management technique being used is loss reduction. Loss reduction aims to reduce the frequency and severity of a fire after its occur. The severity of fire can be reduced through a few methods. The first one is by installing a fire alarm system in the business entity. A fire alarm system is a device that can help to detect a fire, smoke, and carbon monoxide and warn the people about the presence of fire in the business entity. People that hear the alarm can run and find a safe places. This can help to reduce the severity of injury to people inside the building and death. The second one is installing a sprinkler system. A sprinkler system can help to reduce the damage to the property after a fire occurs. A sprinkler system can help to put out the fire and less damage to the property. The third one is install fire doors and firewalls. Installing fire doors and firewalls can prevent the fire from spreading, so it can help to reduce the damage to the property. In order to manage the risk of fire, duplication and separation technique can be used to reduce the severity of loss. The first one is duplication. Duplication is a technique of having backups or copies of important documents or property available if a fire occurs. For example, if a fire destroys all the documents, a business entity must have backups copy of essential documents such as business transaction. The second one is separation. Separation is a technique used by separating or dividing the assets exposed to a loss to reduce a financial loss from a fire. For example, a business entity can separate its finished product into 2 warehouses. If a fire destroys one warehouse, the finished goods in another warehouse is still safe and unharmed, so the severity of losses can be reduced. That's all for my part. My friends will continue the presentation. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Sidinur Farahin and my metric number is 2x7314. I will continue with the outcomes of using the risk management techniques. Duplication and separation are two strategies that have been used to lower the severity of losses in order to mitigate the risk of fire. The first one, duplication. The business entity can create a backup or copy of essential records that are crucial for the organization using the duplication technique. With this, the business can reduce the severity of losses from burned property or business documents by having a copy or backup of the crucial property and documents in the event that fire is inevitable. Moreover, the business entity will not lose any crucial information about the operation by keeping copies of the transactional records. Therefore, the business entity need not resuscitate any of the business transaction records and may continue to keep track of all business transactions. Next, the separation technique. The company can divide its finished goods into two warehouses through using the separation method. By doing this, the severity of burnt finished goods losses can be reduced. If there is another warehouse with finished goods in it that is still protected from the fire, the firm will not have to stop operating. Sales of the finished goods can also be used to cover significant losses from other burnt finished goods. Thus, the severity of losses can be reduced. Okay, that's all from Group 6. Thank you.